Do you think it's fair enough for the UK use national security grounds to withdraw approved M&A deals?
Well, that's a difficult question. I think what the decision showed is that national security is a very broad concept and can mean many different things. In simple terms, it means whether there are concerns about access to information and technology, which obviously was relevant in that case because of the fact of the purchaser being linked, or at least ownership terms being linked to foreign government, particularly the Chinese government, and therefore access to technology going into other states' hands. But what was interesting about that case was it's not just about the access to the technology, it's also about development of the industry and who should be in charge of development of the industry. And again, should it be a very important strategic industry be under the control of, potentially of foreign investors and foreign governments? And that's the lesson from that case, is that that national security is a very broad, elastic concept, which the government it feels it's flexible enough to use it in many different ways. The UK government has said that it understands concerns about the scope of its powers, and it is actually going to give more guidance very shortly on those powers mean. But certainly that decision caused some concern amongst investors in particular.
What's your opinion on the British government's ambition, the restoration of semiconductor cluster in Wales?
Well, I think the answer is that they definitely want the industry to expand, and it's very important strategically, and politically it has consequences as well from a security of supply perspective. And we saw this coming into prominence during COVID and all of the issues that arose in terms of supply chain. So I think it's very important strategically. I guess the question for the UK government is, should that investment be allowed to occur with any third parties, or should there be a decision taken on who is a good investor? And that's a really difficult political question. But as you saw in that decision, they came to a particular view. But they certainly see the industry as very important. There's also been a lot of discussion about ARM, which is ARM, which is owned by SoftBank. The UK government has lobbied very hard for that company to be listed in the UK rather than in the US. It's again seen as who should have control over this important strategic industry. So it's similar issues are playing out there as well.